Let's start this section with a great exercise to develop reflexes, quick reactions, and accuracy under pressure. One player tosses to their partner, who stands in the alley facing away from the net. When the ball bounces, they call out the hitter's name, who then spins and hits, aiming over the net into the opposite alley. This drill can work well for all levels, from beginning through very advanced. The only adjustment for those just starting out is to simply have them start closer to the net, with the tossers calling out their names earlier. The only safety consideration is to make sure the tossers are not standing in the intended flight path of the incoming ball. Solid contact is the essence of successful play at all levels. It must be felt and can also be heard. This exercise may look simple, but most players will find it easier to make solid contact with one ground stroke over the other. Players should practice this exercise until strokes can be alternated with a consistently solid feel and sound of contact on both the forehand and backhand sides. A small word of caution is that before swinging at full speed, try a few slow motion strokes to eliminate any chance of hitting the player holding the towel. And if you're the person holding the towel, I recommend you make sure the person with the racket is a friend you can trust. To establish the correct footwork and racket preparation for the volley, there is no better exercise than this one. The sparring partner holds two balls, one in each hand, behind his or her back. At first, they should alternate slowly from side to side with the proper crossover footwork to get a feel for the exercise. Then, after the proper technique is established, the sparring partner can randomly make the volleyer move to either side. Now, don't be fooled by the appearance of this exercise and think it's not for very advanced players. Try it with highly competitive players at full speed for 45 seconds and then decide. This next exercise is designed to fine-tune the consistently open racket face required for low volleys. The only limitation of this drill is that it must be performed at around 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. on sunny days. Since tennis courts are almost always oriented north-south, both players line up parallel to the net. The key to this drill is for the volleyer to freeze after they hit their low volley to see where the racket face ends. Ideally, the shadow from the racket should not reveal any strings. Just the shadow of the racket edge should be seen, and it should end parallel to the sidelines. Once consistency is achieved, the speed of the feed can be increased along with side-to-side or random hitting to lock in solid low volley technique. Now let's move to a very fast-paced volley reflex drill. 3 players are on the baseline holding 3 balls each against 1 player at the net. A consistent but challenging tempo is established based on the ability of the volleyer. Any player who changes grips at the net will quickly realize their weakness with this exercise, which simulates a real match situation when reflex time at the net is cut short. There is only one safety concern. If a feeder misses a feed, they should not immediately feed their next ball, but rather must wait until their next turn. Target areas can also be added to determine placement as well. This next exercise is designed to solve a common problem while players hit balls from the baseline. It is commonly understood that a quick turn begins the backswing for forehands and backhands. But all too often, players find themselves preparing late and then hitting the ball late. This exercise quickly solves that problem. The hitter is required to take 2 swings at the ball instead of 1. This exaggeration exercise works wonders in only a few swings. After mastering the double swing, have the player maintain the early preparation of the double swing, but only take 1 forward swing when it is time to hit the ball. They will immediately feel the difference. Here's a repetition feeding exercise which effectively combines fun, teamwork, and fitness while hitting ground strokes. With 4 players on a court, set up 2 feeders and 2 hitters. The 2 feeders stand safely in the middle of the court, and the 2 hitters are aiming down the line. The hitters line up, one in front of the other, in the middle of the baseline. The feeders toss simultaneously towards their respective single sideline, and the hitters alternate moving right and left, with the same player remaining in front to avoid any possible collision. The hitter should momentarily pause in the middle of the baseline to keep the feeder's rhythm intact. And, for additional focus, target areas may be set up down the line. Let's end this first section with a drill designed to develop the drop volley for the player at the net and anticipation and movement for the baseliner. Here we see our players paired up with one person at the net and one on the baseline playing in the singles half court. The rules are simple. The baseliner feeds a ball to the net player. Prior to contact, the net player may reject the feed if it is too difficult. The volleyer then hits either a drop volley or a penetrating volley, and the point is played out. If desired, a preliminary exercise is practiced with the volleyer only hitting drop volleys. In this scenario, the baseliner is instructed to feed the ball, then touch the back fence before running forwards to play out the point.